Man, don't you hate it when someone just drops into your life out of the blue from another dimension and you have to then deal with them living at your place and stuff like that? Anyone see the hypocrisy here? Oh, well, my name's Fox, right? So, and I'm at Fox, and welcome to another Star Wars: The Forces of Evil review. This was, what is it? The Lint Trap, and then Squire. Trial by Squire. The episode was fun, but by God, am I just like, okay, there are some big, major, glaring problems in these episodes. And I'll bring them up in a second. But again, that being what, basically, this is the episode that takes place right after the last one where Marco decides to stay in Muni. Without telling anyone, apparently, barely telling anyone. So basically, he breaks into Star's room by climbing up the side of the castle for a reason. Like, I just think, like, couldn't you, if you didn't want to go to the front door, you could have probably just cut a path with your scissors that probably had gotten into the castle, but no, he climbed in through the window where Star is singing to her burrito, and Star's like, oh crap, she's like, what are you doing here? Tom then walks in singing the same song, and it's like, and I love how Tom and Star, when Tom and Marco see each other, and there's no like Tom being immediately jealous or anything, it's just like, Marco, Tom! Like, okay, that's kind of cool, there's no rent. Let's see. That was pretty freaking funny. And then basically, Mario says he's come to be a knight because he's a knight. He has a knight's cape after he gets like grabbed by all the knights. Which now I understand because when I saw the knights in the last episode, at least one of them, I think the big one with the curly hair, she has like a Steven Universe star on her chest, and I was just like, that doesn't seem like something that seems like something I'd remember in character design. And no, the reason why is because knights are a bigger part of this season, it seems. Says Marco says he wants to be a knight and that he got a cool cape because of it. But it turns out the cape is actually just the king's meat blanket that he's been wearing for like however long, so I'm surprised he doesn't have pimples. And here's the first part that peeved me off. When they go to the king and queen, and they say, oh, you want to be a knight, the king says you have to be a knight, but you don't have the experience for it. Bull! Because here's the thing on that point, if everyone remembers correctly, if anyone's seen this, or if you haven't seen this, go check out the one where he goes and sees Hekapoo. Marco has trained for over, I believe, 20 years, 15 years. He was like technically 30 years old in his head. And has trained in not only one dimension, but multiple dimensions across however many universes. Dimension universe technically be similar, but you know, every different universe and different dimensions, and has like stories that he could tell you about all this crud, and Hekaboo could even vouch for. But somehow he doesn't have the qualifications to be a knight? I'm sorry, Disney, you got up there. And I guess because, what is it? Marco's voice actor, he did a live thing where like he talks. It was that thing that The Simpsons did where it's live action, like actually did live on TV. They did that thing like last season, and Marco said, oh, well, it's all kind of fuzzy and hazy in my dreams now, which I still don't consider that canon, but you know. But yeah, like, I'm just thinking like, that kind of sucks if that's really the route they're going with, because again, Marco's probably better trained than most of the knights in Muni who have only been in Muni. I'm just saying, like, you really effed up there. But, so, Disney, but after that, there's a funny joke about, like, what about, making him Squire Chief? Pop and lock. Well, you see, he pop-locked and then dropped. But, yeah, what is it? Marco straight up asks Star if she's with Tom, and she goes, yep. And also, Star basically gets angry saying, oh, you can't just drop into my life in this stuff. Like, things that you can't drop in my life in this stuff. And I'm just thinking, that's exactly what you did in the first episode. freaking try to pull that crap. You also eclipses chain to a bench. But what is it? So Star basically, there's no knights that he can be a squire to. So Star says, I know a knight, and takes him to the laundry night. Which to that I think, well, I guess that works. I guess that works, and also, you know, I guess that's immediate payoff for having that character 2 episodes ago, just so you can introduce him. Even though that's, I feel kind of like that's kind of a cop out in some regards. Like, well, let me explain that bit. But like, it feels like he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have him this time on 2 episodes before. That way we say he comes back for this one. It's just like, I feel like there probably could have been a better, I don't know, it just feels like kind of a rushy, like, we're gonna, like, instead of making up a character for this situation, they make it up 2 episodes prior, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm just an idiot. Also, Star goes to Eclipse. Basically, Marco says that he doesn't want to be the Squire of this night because he's in the sub-basement and he'll never see Star. And Star goes, oh, you said me give you a job, I gave you a job. Leaves, then goes to complain to Eclipse, who's feeding unicorn pigeons, which I feel like the unicorn thing might be something of hers. Because there's the unicorn pigeons, there's the unicorn squirrel, so I don't know if that's just animals in Muni have some horns sometimes, or if it's some kind of thing that she's doing, like maybe summoning creatures or something, I don't know. She complains to Eclipse that she confides in her, which I love when like Star's just when Eclipse is sitting on the bench with these giant freaking chains on her leg, and Star goes, can you move over so I can sit next to you? Eclipse goes, sure. I was like, Star, you could have sat on the other side. Let's see. Oh yeah. And basically the laundryman puts Marco to a job to clean up the lint trap. It turns out it's actually a very dangerous profession, as Star then has to go save him after finding out that he's Squire to the most dangerous knight there is. As Star then goes to help Marco fight off these lint creatures in the lint trap. Which I would say, like, okay, that's actually kind of a cool idea, like, to make it that the laundry room is actually extremely dangerous. You can actually have it to where Marco probably learns some cool skills from doing this crazy, like, Squire stuff for him. But, and also, he's, like, thrilled to have a Squire. But Marco almost dies, Star helps, they team up and they help each other out. They start the lint trap spinner, which kills the lint creature, but doesn't suck Marco and Star into it for some reason. They get blown out. And basically after that, Star takes Marco upstairs and then knights him and says that he is now her Squire. And she ended it with, you are now my Squire. Amen. So she's Christian. Oh, God. I was just like amen? Okay. She's Catholic. I didn't know that was the religion of Muni. I don't know. Is amen used in other religions? I probably should look that up more. Also, I feel bad for the laundry guy, because again, he was enthusiastic. When he saw that Marco was Squire, he was like, la 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 la. Sorry. When he saw Marco was a Squire, he was like enthusiastic. Oh my God, I'm a Squire! And then, like, you know, he just leaves him immediately the day after. So I'm just like, oh, that kind of sucks for him. Like, he was happy to have someone to finally, like, train. But yeah, so that sucked. But then next is the Squire Shuffle. Crap, why can't I remember that name? Sorry, back. Next is Trial by Squire, which basically Star and Marco are back in Questmart, as there is now a Black Friday-esque sale for Squires to buy stuff for their knights. And you can add a new girl to Marco's harem of women now, I guess, or a new love interest, because now there's Higgs, the Squire to Sir Stabbington, and I like her. I like her design. I like her design, and I like the character. She's very determined. So basically, this one can be summed up pretty quickly. Star and Marco basically are going. It's a Black Friday sale, so of course shenanigans and tramplings will ensue, as Star and Marco rush through the place. Marco or assessing he's trying to get Star some, equipment and armor and stuff, but of course, the other squires are just messing with them, making it to where they don't get anything. And also, just watching, I'm just thinking, okay, two things. One, Star's a princess. She can order, if she wants to, she can just say, hey, I want all that stuff. And two, she has a magic wand that she can conjure up weapons and armor and stuff like that, and she's done it before. So, and the good thing is, this is where Disney does remember. Because that for Star, that's what she says. She's like, yeah, I don't need any of this stuff at the end. But let's see. Star can make stuff. Yeah. Knight horsepower. But I do really like because it's kind of like this character is like if you took Bugs Bunny and Star versus him, because she's just screwing with Marco like if he's Daffy Duck, like. He's like, oh, I need to get dragon repellent. Has dragon repellent, sprays it. Turns out it's dragon attraction, but she just changed the sign, and dragons just like land on top of him. But first, also, there is a whole little thing where like the squires they don't like Marco, or at least Higgs doesn't. The new girl in Marco's harem doesn't like Marco because he just given the job. He wasn't he didn't have to train for it or work for it. Which I guess I can understand that anger too, but also it is kind of how a lot of this world kind of works, where if you know somebody, you usually get in better than someone who don't, and he knows the princess. Which, yeah, it's not a good system, but I'm just saying it is kind of the system of majority of this earth, and most likely that world. What was it? Basically, in the end, Marco doesn't get Star anything, and Star even explains, I don't really need all this stuff. The reason why I made you my squire is so that we can have fun and go around and do whatever. And Marco's like, okay. And then, basically, they go and just buy a whole bunch of fun stuff and have fun. Also, one of those being the Gravity Falls gnome, Balthazar? I think that's what his name was. You see Balthazar, whatever the fudge name, like that, I'm just like, hey, look, it's Balthazar. But yeah, basically just buy a bunch of fun crap and just have fun. And the squire's like, and Higgs like, huh, wait, that's not knight stuff. And the knight's like, oh, sausage! They're fighting with sausage. That's a good idea. They'll never see it coming. And Higgs like, And basically it ends with them having fun. And basically starts saying that the reason why is because, he picked Marco because, of course, friend. And also they just really want to have fun together. And... yeah, also Star cracks her neck, and she goes, and Margaret just goes, did that hurt? He's like, yup! And I'm like, yeah, I can believe that, because I've cracked my neck a couple times. But, yeah, that was Trial by Squire and the Lint Trap. The episodes, again, are freaking awesome. They're freaking fun, but again, the biggest thing also, because again, like the Squire said, you don't have the training and stuff like that. Even in this episode, the Trial of whatever, unless they're supposed to push that up and for Marco to finally go, I do have training, you idiots! Because, yeah, Marco has trained and probably had gotten more experience than any of those squires, has fought probably way more enemies and gotten into way more situations, probably better than most of every knight in Muni, yet everyone's treating him like he doesn't know anything. I'm like, no, you idiots, this motherfucker had a sword, this motherfucker had a dragon cycle. This guy, again, fought through many dimensions and fought Hekapoo hundreds of times before finally coming back to Earth. And then having the rest of his life. He basically by the time Marco ever dies, like let's say he's like 80, he's technically like 120. Well, not 120, like 115 or something. Like you can add like another couple years on top of it. And I'm just like, because this is basically saying he doesn't have any training is basically like saying, if anyone's seen Dragon Ball Z, for everyone who went into a hyperbolic time chamber, which time moves differently in there, so they can live there for like, I don't know, 20 years, and only like 10 minutes will pass by. When something like that happens, it's like, and they come out like, oh, you didn't train. It's like, no, you idiot, he has. Just time moved differently. But yeah, these episodes again, were good. I like these episodes. They're better written episodes, and each one doesn't feel like it's nothing. It feels like everything is still building up. Unlike, again, like the worst Starburst that I think is the one with the Magician. Unlike that one where it felt like nothing was really being brought up or brought back, nothing before that. I think it was just really just celebrity guests for that one. For that one, unlike that one, this one at least feels like they are still building stuff up. I'm sure Higgs is going to come back as another love interest for Marco. It does kind of stink that like they seem like they kind of just dropped Jackie altogether after this. But again, this is still early on, so they might show Jackie again because Janet comes back. So, but yeah, the episode was fun. I liked it, but again, there are some glaring things I wish they would have brought up. Like again, Marco being trained very well from probably training himself. No, I think he even learned from monks and everything as well, if I remember correctly. As well, on top of that Star gets angry at Marco for just dropping in on her life, when I'm just thinking, you did the exact same thing. You can't say anything. I don't know, but tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you're videos that I've done, links are on my face, description ones around there somewhere. Thanks for watching, check out my videos, and we will see you later. Ending video with hypocrisy! Man, don't you hate it when someone just drops into your life out of the blue from another dimension?